Now I start straight away with a pretty decent problem, and suppose I give this substrate and I ask you to prepare this starting from benzene. You are free to take whatever reagent you want, whatever number of steps is required. You have all the freedom on this earth, but you give me this as a final product starting from benzene ring. There can be multiple answers, there can be multiple solutions. We are pretty happy to get all the solutions, and all the solutions are correct. As far as there is no restriction in number of steps, there is no restriction on the reagent that has to be used, all the solutions are correct. But you may be mistaken to consider a false solution, a wrong solution to be a correct solution. Let me channelize your thinking, how you have to think, and what will be the correct approach, and what are the considerations that you have to take into account in order to solve such kind of problems. I'll give you two solutions. One of them will be wrong, the other one will be correct. While solving or while listening, you just try to find out which one is the wrong solution. Starting from benzene ring, right? Alright, let me start from benzene ring. If I start from benzene ring, now there are two groups which has to be attached to benzene ring, and we have to do that one by one. So it is at my discretion, not always at my discretion, but it may be at my discretion, or it will be a complete my choice to add whichever group first I want to. But sometime you are not left with much of the choice. Actually you have to add one particular group before the other. I'll make it clear why that is so. But here, just for the sake of starting to learn this problem, let me add this methyl group before this aldehydic group. If I do that, now before that you must know how to add a methyl group. We studied 5 kind of substitution reactions, and there were alkylation, acylation, nitration, sulfonation, and halogenation. They'll be coming into play now in solving these kind of problems, and you have to mostly use one of them clubbed with some other reaction of the hydrocarbon, because most of the time directly any one of the substitution will not provide you the required substrate. After doing one of the substitution, you may have to do some other reaction that you have studied in hydrocarbon. I will not be using any other reactions apart from hydrocarbon up till now, but I will be using some of the reactions of hydrocarbon. In case you face problem, do not panic. Go back, study those reactions and come back again. Otherwise, if you don't follow anything, just pause the video, go back, study and come back. Otherwise, continuing to listen without following will serve no purpose. Now in NCERT or in some other books like Pradeep or any other book like that, they will approach this problem like this. What they will do is, they will, if in this problem or any other problem, if you want to add a methyl group on benzene ring, they generally do it like this. They add chloromethane up with AlCl3. Of course, theoretically this is a alkylation reaction. Remember, alkylation, R group is added, you take RCl and AlCl3 acting as a Lewis acid that pulls away chlorine, Cl minus, making a salt AlCl4 minus and producing R plus. In this case, this will be CS3 plus, and then that CS3 plus will go form a sigma complex. Resonance will be there in sigma complex, and finally in the last step aromaticity will be restored, resulting in substitution of H plus with CS3 plus. That is fine, and you will get R attached to a benzene ring. In this case, CS3 getting attached to benzene ring. The only problem is the CS3 plus do not exist in normal temperature, because this is 0 degree carbon, 0 degree carbocation. There is no effect operating in this carbocation that would stabilize this carbocation. Neither there is an inductive effect. There is no carbon attached with this carbon having plus charge. There is no hyperconjugation because there is no other carbon atom. There is no resonance. There is nothing. So these kind of carbocations are highly unstable. Even 1 degree, if you have a 1 degree carbocation, when you have a carbocation attached with one carbon, that is 1 degree. This is 0 degree. This carbocation is attached with no other carbon. 1 degree carbocation is highly unstable, and generally at room temperature these 1 degree carbocations are not formed. forget about this 0 degree. So the problem is, theoretically you may consider this to be correct, but CS3 plus are not formed like this. So it is not actually correct practically on our part to add CS3 group directly like this, because this CS3 plus is never going to be formed. And if this is never going to be formed, that CS3 will not get attached or substitute hydrogen in the benzene ring. So this is not proper, although you will find this in some book. So the correct way to do it is, what you do is you add aldehyde group first. So for that, what you do is you add carbon monoxide HCl along with AlCl3, or equivalently you can add this group with AlCl3. Now carbon monoxide has this kind of structure. When you add HCl to carbon monoxide, it results in formation of this group. So generally this is unstable. The reason being, this chlorine have 6 lone pair and this oxygen has 2 lone pair, and there's a repulsion between them, and this tend to be less stable, so this broke up. And what we do is we add carbon monoxide and HCl, and during the reaction these two form temporarily this group, and this goes into the reaction, and so we don't have to bother about keeping this group as it is, because this is highly unstable. So this is formed in the reaction, during the reaction there itself, and it is consumed there itself. So when you do it, this you can see is that you are adding a acyl chloride. This group is a acyl group, you are adding a acyl chloride. Instead of R, you have a hydrogen. That's not a problem. But this will be considered as Federal-Kraft acylation, the second reaction in the electrophilic substitution that we did before. So what will happen is chlorine will be moved off as Cl minus, leaving a plus charge on this carbon, and this will act as an electrophile getting attached to benzene ring. So if this electrophile get attached to benzene ring, you can see this is CHO. So aldehyde group will be attached on the benzene ring, resulting in formation of benzaldehyde. But I wanted CS3. Now I have benzaldehyde, and you have a very good reaction that converts this aldehyde in one step directly to CS3 group. And that reaction you have studied as a method of preparation of alkene, or the reaction of carbonyl. This reaction will again appear in the chapter carbonyl compound, where you have to study aldehydes and ketones. And this reaction will be as a reaction of aldehyde, where aldehydes are converted to alkanes. But this reaction you must have studied as a method of preparation of alkane, where alkanes are prepared from carbonyl compounds. That the name of the reaction is Wolff-Kishner reduction, where you add hydrazine, NH2, NH2 in a basic medium. In case you have not studied this reaction, I'll be teaching you in a later course. There is no reason to panic. Just know this is Wolff-Kishner reduction, and what it does is it converts CHO to CS3, right, for time being. So you will get toluene, CS3 group sitting on benzene ring, you will get toluene. Alright, now so I get toluene, so I have successfully added CS3 on benzene ring. Now all I need to do is I'll add one more aldehyde group, and the problem will be solved. And if I attempt to again repeat this reaction, like for the first time we added this aldehyde group, we can do it for the next time. And if I carry out the same reaction for the next time, adding the same reagent, expecting myself to reach here, if I add carbon monoxide HCl with AlCl3, then will this be right? The procedure will be correct? Because for the first electrophile you don't worry about the position. All 6 were alike. This aldehyde group I attached to any one carbon, I could have done on any other carbon, it would have made no difference, all are same. But for the second electrophile there's a difference. There's ortho position, meta position, and para position, and then we have to judge to which position the new incoming electrophile will go. And that is judged by the nature of the electrophile which has already attached to the benzene ring, or the group which is already present in the benzene ring. Now here we have methyl group, and now we have to know whether this methyl group is electron donating or electron withdrawing. Then only we will be able to identify the directing effect of this group. Now there is no electron deficiency on this carbon as seemingly, and there is no electron lone pair on the carbon either. So this carbon seems to be do not seems to be either electron deficient or electron rich. So in this case, how would we identify whether this methyl group will be electron donating or electron withdrawing, or in another case meta directing or ortho-para directing or meta directing? So in this case, this is very important for you to remember, and please do remember this: all alkyl groups are electron donating. By the virtue of hyperconjugation, what will happen is, you have benzene ring like this, and there are 6 orbitals perpendicular to the plane of this molecule, and those orbitals, suppose there's an orbital like this here. I have drawn the CH groups in a plane, but you must very well understand this. This is the structure is not like this. It is a tetrahedral structure, and one of the bond will be like this. It will be a tetrahedral structure. Tetrahedral structure like this. Alright, if this is the single bond between carbon and benzene, the 3 bonds will be like this. It will be opening outwardly, and one of the bond will be like this, almost parallel to the bond orbital which is perpendicular to the plane. And from here you can have hyperconjugation. That means the electronic density will move towards p orbital of the benzene ring. And I hope you remember hyperconjugation. So by virtue of hyperconjugation, certain amount of electronic density will be moving into the orbital of the ring or into the ring, to say so. So by virtue of hyperconjugation, all alkyl groups are electron donating, and that will make them ortho-para directing, right? So you must remember this. This will help, and this will come over and over again lots of time during the course of the whole organic. So this methyl is electron donating, and if it is, then it is also ortho-para directing, and if it is, then the new incoming electrophile will go either to ortho or to para, to both of them. There will be a mixture of ortho product and para product. Major one, we will come to it, which will be the major one. For the time being, this will you will have a mixture of ortho and para product, but we want it at meta. God damn! So what we do now? We are stuck. You can see the situation. If you bring methyl group first before aldehyde group, you are stuck, because no matter whatever you do now, the new electrophile will be going to para position and ortho position and para position. So whatever electrophile you bring and whatever conversion you bring about henceforth, it is not going to be at meta position, but we want this new group to be meta position. So if you do alkylation first, you are stuck. Can you say it? So the wise thing to do is to bring this aldehyde first, and then to bring this alkyl group. If you do that, then this aldehyde group is meta directing, right? As you can see, because the atom directly attached to carbon to the benzene ring is electron deficient, so it is electron withdrawing and hence meta directing. So if you bring this aldehyde group first, and then if you try to bring this alkyl group, then this is meta directing, so it will direct the new incoming electrophile to meta position, and hence you can get this compound. So when you have multiple electrophiles, you don't really have much of a choice to bring which electrophile first you want. It will be based upon the reasoning, upon the directing effect of different groups, which groups has to be placed first on the benzene ring. So in this case, if the groups are at meta positions, then what you have to do is you have to bring the meta directing first, so that it will direct the next incoming electrophile to the meta position. If you bring a ortho para directing like this, then the new incoming electrophile will be moving on either to ortho or to para. It will not be going to meta, so we will not be getting this product. Okay, so this is the line of thinking. This is how you have to go about solving problems like this. Let me give you another example.